CBS 46 News at 11 starts now.
We begin with breaking news. Right now, a major Atlanta thoroughfare is shut down as police investigate a suspicious package. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Sharon Reed. And all of this is happening in Little Five Points in Northeast Atlanta. The 9 Team's Tracy Hutchins live on the scene right now along Moreland Avenue. Tracy, what have you learned?
Well, Sharon, we want to get right to it again. This section of Moreland Avenue shut down right here in Little Five Points. Want you to look behind me here because just a few minutes ago, a member of the SWAT team, the bomb squad, approached that package, that suspicious package that's been sitting there in front of a restaurant for the last couple of hours, really looking at it. He's in his protective gear, checking out that package. He went up to it earlier tonight and now is back at it, looking at it again. At this point, Atlanta police they're out here. Also, the City of Atlanta Fire Department, they are here as well. Supportive crews. Again, this street is closed off. A lot of residents who kind of live and work in this area all standing by watching, trying to figure out what this is. At this point, police tell us they don't know what the object is. Again, it is being assessed by SWAT, the bomb squad here. Once more information is available, they tell us they will give us that information. But again, certainly in light of all the things that have happened in New York and New Jersey with the suspicious packages that have been found there and the bombs that have gone out there, you can understand why a lot of people here are very cautious and why someone called this in and why this huge response here with the fire department, the police department, and the bomb squad as well. Again, this is a story we will continue to work on. Sharon, as soon as we find out what is in that package, we will certainly let you know. In the meantime, this part of Moreland Avenue here in Little Five Points is closed off while police and the SWAT team investigate a suspicious package. Reporting live in Little Five Points, Tracy Hutchins, CBS 46 News 19.
And we'll get right back to you, Tracy, as soon as you know more. We'll continue to track this breaking news on CBS46.com and throughout the news at 11. And in just minutes, we'll get an update on the situation in New York and New Jersey, the explosions over the weekend that left the country on edge. Developing tonight in North Carolina, we are monitoring protests in Charlotte, all of it following a deadly officer-involved shooting. Police lined up in riot gear as a crowd confronted them over the killing of a black man. Officers say they were looking for a person with an outstanding warrant at an apartment complex. A report states officers saw a man get out of a car with a gun, get back in, and come out again with the weapon. And that is when police say shots were fired. The dead man's family members, though, dispute police claims he had a gun. They say that man was holding a book and waiting for his son to get off the school bus. Now, the investigation in Charlotte comes as police in Oklahoma deal with the case of an officer there who shot and killed an unarmed black man during a traffic stop. The new details from Tulsa in less than 10 minutes.
Well, Sharon, what we're tracking throughout the course of the nighttime hours and still tomorrow is a holding pattern in terms of weather across north Georgia, and that may end up being a pain in the neck. I spelled pain correctly. I'll have details on that coming up in just a little bit. But yet another cool front arriving from Alaska. Could this one be the one that breaks the back of summer? I'll have details coming up in a little bit from now, Sharon.
Thanks, Jim. Also developing tonight, gas shortages, soaring prices. And now as we get new information about the timeline for a fix in the pipeline that caused it all, price gouging complaints are flooding state officers. Alpharetta-based Colonial tonight has made progress on repairing the break in Alabama. And here's what we know right now about the frenzy over fuel. The company says a pipeline bypass is complete and the main could restart service tomorrow. Still, it could take days for the fuel supply to recover. Meantime, here in Georgia, 140 complaints about price gouging have now been filed. Nearly half of those coming just today. The 9 Team's Mike Dunstan investigated one gas station with 2 gas gouging complaints. He's live in Douglasville right now to show us what he found. Mike?
And Sharon, this gas station on Anawake Road, well, it's closed right now. I want you to take a look at this yellow tape right now. It's blocking off the pumps, not selling any gas, but that's not the only issue management is dealing with. The Attorney General is investigating tonight.
Tonight, some showing their anger.
Just straight greed.
Others showed me their receipt.
It was $4.65 a gallon, and I got 15.5 gallons roughly. So I spent $73 when it normally takes $50 to fill up my tank.
And pizza's delivery driver Melvin Johnston showed me the phone photo of his $4.59 price tag.
Nobody else has what you're selling, so you're just going to jack the price up. I don't believe that's fair.
Tonight, I went looking for answers, wanting to hear the gas station owner's side of why two drivers lodged complaints with the Attorney General against the Rogers Neighborhood Shell gas station about the weekend prices.
I'm Mike from CBS 46. How are you?
Yeah, that's great. Got to ask you to leave.
Can I ask you just about price gouging? The Attorney General got a couple. No, let me show you. The Attorney General had a couple of complaints here.
Yeah, I understand.
Before I could show her the printed complaints, a clerk showed my photographer and me the door.
You can talk
Who can I talk with?
with the lawyer for Shell.
Can I give you my card?
Yeah.
One driver sent state inspectors this picture of the high prices at the pump Sunday and this copy of the receipt showing $4.59 a gallon, writing in part, "It wasn't until I began pumping that the price flashed $3.99 for regular gas. My husband went there a few minutes later and they had raised the price to $4.65. The Attorney General spokesman wouldn't do an on-camera interview with me, but told me even if gas station owners raise and then lower the prices, the state can subpoena the records and still levy a fine of up to $5,000 per violation. Customer Joe Booth is glad for a state investigation and says he's also taking a stand.
I'm unfortunate, that, I can make it to work and I was able to fill up my tank, but, I probably won't be back to this gas station.
And gas station representatives here have not gotten back to me so far. If you have a complaint, the Attorney General wants to hear from you. Just go to our website, cbs46.com, click on web links, and we'll share the form with you. We're live in Douglas County. Mike Dunstan, CBS 46 News, 19.
To a developing story of a double stabbing in Barrow County now. Two people are dead after they were stabbed inside this home in Winder. One of the victims died at the scene. The other victim died at a local hospital. Barrow County Sheriff's Department is not releasing the victims' names right now. And right now, we are following new developments in the community clash over a proposed mosque.
I don't want Islam to take over America.
You can't love people you don't know, and you need to get to know them.
The 19's Julian Johnson covers the South Metro for us, and Julian returned to Newton County tonight where armed members of a militia group gathered in opposition to the mosque, but this time, Julian, there was a group of local supporters there too.
There was, and support for the mosque is not something that we had seen a lot of, but at this point, it does appear that plans for that mosque will go forward.
It's important to me as a 3%er to keep the spread of radical Islam in America to a minimum.
Religious freedom is an American ideal, and to deny that to any faith or any people is wrong.
The physical distance was only a few yards, but the thought process for supporters and those against a proposed place of worship for Muslims are truly worlds apart.
They forget that if they're truly Christian and they believe in a loving God, they don't have anything to worry about.
I don't trust them as far as I can throw them.
The debate has been raging for weeks, from commission meetings packed to capacity, and just like we saw today, we also witnessed last week as some protesters came out armed, all of it over a mosque and cemetery planned for a 135-acre property in Covington.
But the people that are building this mosque are not extremists. They're just people like you and me.
Gabriel Justice says he fought alongside Muslims in his time in the armed forces and believes the fear of the unknown is what's creating the disconnect.
Every day in the news you see things happening that make us all a little bit afraid. But fear is not an answer for fear.
But some with the group, the 3%ers, believe the mosque is only serving one purpose.
These are the training grounds for the new radical Muslims that will be coming into America, and they're going to be housing them, training them, and at some point there will be an attack.
And of course, there's no evidence for that claim, at least not any that we could find. The moratorium on any new places of worship expires at midnight, and that basically clears the way for this mosque. Tonight, we're live in Newton County. Julian Johnson, CBS 46 News 19.
Right back to the breaking news right now. Let's get to the night team's Tracy Hutchins. Tracy, what do you know about that suspicious package in Little 5 Points?
Well, Sharon, we just got an update moments ago from Atlanta police who tell us the scene is cleared. Essentially, what they found, that suspicious package, is likely not an explosive device. We will be speaking with Atlanta police shortly about what they did find in that package there. But once again, the suspicious package that was detected here on Moreland Avenue that shut the street down and really had police, fire, and the SWAT team very concerned. Well, it is all clear. That scene is all clear. Once again, we will find out from police what exactly was in that package to cause this scare. This is an update and a story we will continue to follow throughout the rest of the night. Live in Little 5 Points, Tracy Hutchins, CBS 46 News 19.
Tracy, thanks. New developments right now in the bombings over the weekend in New York City and New Jersey. Federal prosecutors have officially now charged Ahmed Rahami, and they are investigating this as an act of terrorism. Police captured Rahami yesterday after he was wounded in a gunfight with police in Linden, New Jersey. He remains hospitalized tonight. Rahami's father telling reporters today he expressed concern about his son 2 years ago.
Why did you call the FBI 2 years ago?
Because
what happened?
He's doing bad.
He's doing bad? What did he do bad?
He stopped my son. He hit my wife, and I put him in the jail 2 years ago.
Now, 2 officers injured in that shootout with Rahami are now out of the hospital. Investigators say Rahami planted 2 bombs in New York that injured 31 people. Another bomb in New Jersey, Seaside, a town there, and another set of explosives in a trash bin in Elizabeth, New Jersey. New tonight, CBS 46 investigates when seconds matter. We are going county by county for a look at response times from local first responders. Next, how where you live could cost precious time in case of an emergency.
If you're looking for news from where you live, turn to CBS 46 News.
Neighbors in one Atlanta community say they are being terrorized. Large chunks of cement are being thrown through windows at homes and at vehicles.
In-depth coverage.
We are digging deeper into a health scare involving several employees of aerospace giant Lockheed Martin.
Investigations.
Criminals are using the clearinghouse name to steal your money.
Watch CBS 46 News weekdays at 4, 5, 6, and 11 with Sharon Reed, Ben Swan, and Tracy Hutchins.
Honey, is the internet back yet?
Yes!
I need to let her know that I'd like this. I'd like.
I haven't seen a movie based on a comic book in so long.
I know.
We're over here, internet people!
Get high-speed internet from AT&T with over 99% reliability at an everyday price with no extra monthly fees. Keep calm, your internet's on.
Now, create your ideal new bedroom without compromise. Starting at an incredible low $6.99. Explore your options. Embrace all 60 possibilities a Rooms to Go Belcourt bedroom package can offer. This is your new bedroom, your way. Thanks to a choice of 5 great headboards, 3 gorgeous finishes, plus 2 dresser styles you can customize with 2 unique sets of interchangeable hardware. Starting at an amazing low $6.99 and delivered in days. Only at Rooms to Go.
Tonight, there are growing calls for justice in Oklahoma after the police shooting of an unarmed black man. As CBS News correspondent Don Champion reports, protesters took to the streets of Tulsa tonight, calling for the officer involved to face charges.
Fire! Fire! Protesters in Tulsa, Oklahoma demanded justice Tuesday night in the Terrence Crutcher case.
We can no longer be silent. We can no longer sleep.
Many called his death proof of a systemic problem with police use of deadly force. Crutcher was killed Friday by Officer Betty Shelby as she responded to his stalled SUV. Video from police shows he had his hands in the air before he was killed. Officer Shelby's attorney claims Crutcher was shot when he reached in his vehicle.
He looks at her, and his left hand breaks the plane of where the window would be, as if he's reaching in. And at that time, she fired 1 shot. She was in fear of her life.
But attorneys for Crutcher's family challenged that claim Tuesday. They maintain these stills from the video show Crutcher's window was up.
How could he be reaching into the car if the window is up and there's blood on the glass?
Tulsa police say they found a vial of the drug PCP in Crutcher's SUV after the shooting. The Justice Department is investigating. Don Champion, CBS News, Dallas.
The night team looking into a plea for life-saving body armor for police. It comes after the recent deaths of 2 Georgia officers. Open records request to more than 500 agencies reveal some departments do not provide officers with protective body armor. Tomorrow night at 11, hear how police chiefs across the state are changing policies. It's an in-depth report from CBS 46 investigative reporter Karen Greer. First tonight, we're looking at some critical numbers involving law enforcement and police response times that vary across Metro Atlanta. Another CBS 46 investigation reveals those response times are slowing in most jurisdictions, and where you live can make all the difference. Here's CBS 46 investigative reporter Sally Sears.
When seconds matter, where do you want to live? My CBS 46 investigation reached deep into 911 call centers, searching each agency's public records, showing just how fast police respond to calls that can be life or death.
DeKalb Emergency 911, what's the address of your emergency?
It's an emergency.
The man that he was shooting at, where is he now?
You've called 911, you're waiting. How long is it going to take? It all depends on where you live.
Subject was walking towards Rockbridge Road.
Evening watch, South DeKalb. The 911 operator calls a person shot.
Every minute counts, especially when we deal with the brain and the heart. Those are two major organ systems in the body.
ER Dr. Robert Cochran saves lives every day. He knows all too well seconds count.
You're talking about loss of limbs. You're talking about loss of speech. You're talking about can they function at work. You're talking about can they function with their kids.
Slower response times cost lives. They make catching criminals more difficult.
He ran into the wood line here.
This call is near Snapfinger Elementary School. A strange car is all shot up.
Subjects are currently running.
The helicopter helps, then a suspect, and a fist fight with a police officer. From first call to first officer on the scene, 2 minutes, 40 seconds. From our investigation, that's a fast response time. No. But as we learned, that is seldom the case. We searched police records from 6 police departments. We found in almost every jurisdiction, response times are getting slower. Here's the breakdown. Cobb County is the fastest of all, average 6 minutes, 21 seconds. And that's counting dispatch times for police, ambulance, and fire. Atlanta is next, 9 minutes, 35 seconds. Gwinnett, 9:52. Clayton, 11:09. The police department with the longest response time is DeKalb County, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. DeKalb Police Chief James Conroy defends his department.
911, it's a victim of our own success. It's an easy number. There's somebody there 24/7, 365. People often call 911 when they don't need to.
I'm going problem no 38.
321.
The chief's point is clear in Officer Winchell's next call. A domestic, unpredictable, sometimes deadly.
Is that the other female?
Often time-consuming. This domestic call, roommates fighting over house rules.
Man, how you doing? This is Officer Winchell with DeKalb Police.
You just was finding a crackhead in your house. What do you...
An hour of police time here. Calls like this detain police from more urgent calls. Defense attorneys know that cost.
Every second, something happens. Something is destroyed.
Veteran Atlanta defense attorney Bruce Harvey knows the longer the response time, the more evidence is lost.
If you get called out on a shooting, right, and someone's lying there, and there are cartridge cases all over the place, and the EMTs come in, and they run over the cartridges, they cut the clothes off, they throw the clothes away, they take the body, and everything, every single aspect of that scene is compromised.
That's where a bad guy wins.
Tony Biello is a retired Atlanta police officer. He predicts trouble ahead.
If 911 calls have a slow response, you're going to have more people dying, you're going to have serious injuries, and you're going to have the bad guy getting away.
The City of Atlanta Police, the only agency we found with faster response times this year than the year before. Atlanta has the largest police force, twice as many officers as DeKalb County has.
We would like to have as many officers to handle the absolute busiest day or worst case scenario on at all times. Financially, that's not necessarily possible or feasible.
2955 North Druid Hills Road from the GameStop is where they took the money back.
But this night does belong to the police. An armed robbery in progress. But the robber doesn't know there's a tracking device in the cash.
It's a system that's tracking the money.
DeKalb's 911 guides officers on a fast chase through dark streets 20 miles away to a suspect who fits the description.
Okay.
Time from initial call to officer on the scene, 8 minutes.
Just a perk?
Yup.
Sometimes, not often, but sometimes it works. Sally Sears, CBS 46 investigates.
You'll find more of Sally's investigation, including a detailed look at how your community's 911 response times compare. It's all on our website, CBS46.com.
Certified Atlanta's most accurate forecast for the second year in a row. Now, CBS 46 Chief Meteorologist Jim Kosek.
Well, I used this same graphic last week, and, it just seems fitting again on your way out the door tomorrow. Once that sun comes up, and that happens at 7:25, grab the shades, grab the shorts, grab the sunscreen, and you are ahead of the curve weather-wise for the entire day. At the bus stop, headed to work in the morning. Well, here we go. Dry and mild. Temperatures more 60s as opposed to 70s, but that sun will shine brightly until we see a few high clouds rolling on in. Now, a few eastern tier counties may have some low clouds to kickstart the day tomorrow, as some of the moisture on the backside of what used to be Tropical Storm Julia is dribbling off to the southwest, and that trend will continue into the day tomorrow, but it follows the path of least resistance, which is the front, and that front is too far southeast of our area to get us wet, so I'm going to argue for dry weather. Meanwhile, large dome of high pressure out over the Plain States and the remnants of once Hurricane Paine. That's where the P-A-I-N-E comes in that I alluded to at the top of the broadcast. Now, Paine's moisture is being strung out over the desert southwest. Could it get here? Well, it's going to try to hook up with the cool front coming all the way in from the Gulf of Alaska. Given the steering flow around that dome of high pressure over Texas, Paine's leftover moisture has to take the scenic route, and I'm a little worried that that's a little too much to ask for because it's already weakening. But if we could see a little spin-off, maybe an afternoon thunder shower here on Friday, can't get excited for much more than that. Otherwise, the air in advance of that Alaskan cool front, warm to hot. Let me show you some of the numbers that I think are going to go down. 71 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning, 83 at the lunch hour, 88 degrees at 5 p.m. That's part of my 3-degree guaranteed forecast benefiting Assistance League, ATL.org. Go to that website because they got a calendar events and a whole slew of activities coming up during the month of October you won't want to miss out on. 89 degrees is my 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow. I'll verify it at 6 p.m. tomorrow with Sharon Reed as well. And getting set for fall. 10:21 for its official arrival on Thursday. It won't feel like fall. Next couple days, mid to high 90s. We could even hit the record come Saturday. Once that Gulf of Alaska cool front comes through, down go the temperatures. The unfortunate thing, Sharon, there's little to no wet weather associated with the front.
All right, Jim, we'll get through it. Thank you. To Campaign 2016 now, where terrorism and national security take center stage today. Donald Trump talked about the recent bombings in New York and New Jersey while campaigning in the battleground state of North Carolina. He wants to suspend immigration from areas with ties to terrorism. Hillary Clinton, meantime, took the day off from campaigning. She spent her day preparing for the first presidential debate scheduled for Monday night. Tonight, a debate on religious freedom. I moderated an event at St. Mark's United Methodist Church featuring state senators Democrat Vincent Ford and Republican Greg Kirk. The candidates talked about several topics, including the First Amendment, Defense Act. They also went back and forth several times when discussing business owners and religious freedom.
And you don't see any similarities?
Do I see similarities? Well, again, you're making a broad statement and trying to take a big picture. I mean, and I don't know. You tell me.
Tonight's debate is the first of a series of others like it to take place around the state this week. The Hollywood split that caught many off guard. It is epic. Next, what Angelina Jolie's divorce filing says about her soon-to-be ex-husband, Brad Pitt.
Check out the Ford Fusion, powered by an available EcoBoost engine at shopfordnow.com.
Unexpected digestive issues really know how to crash a party. Yogurt and probiotics can help. But you might not know, most probiotics don't survive through your stomach long enough to do anything. Digestive Advantage does. With a unique and natural protective coating, it survives through the stomach's harsh environment 100 times better than leading probiotics. So if you're facing digestive issues, now you know. Get Digestive Advantage and enjoy living well.
Lights are on, Reds are coming up.
This is the ultra-responsive Acura TLX with precision all-wheel steer. And this is how we make it.
Visit your Georgia Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
Who really
Xfinity has the fastest internet. We're off to the download races in today's Xfinity X1 Challenge.
We're going to download the same show on these two laptops.
Okay, ready? Download.
So far, I'm doing pretty good. Should we put money on this?
Let's see who our winner is. Xfinity! Who do you have for your internet service?
I have AT&T. Yeah.
With Xfinity, you get speeds up to 12 times faster than you get with UVerse.
So what do you think now? Which one do you want?
I'd probably go for Xfinity.
Get started with Xfinity Internet risk-free for $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call or visit Xfinity.com/challenge.
CBS 46 Atlanta once again applauds Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead for its passionate support for Cure Childhood Cancer.
Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead invites you to join the fight. September is Cure Childhood Cancer Month. You can donate online or right here at the Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead showroom.
Cancer is devastating to families, but together we can cure childhood cancer in our lifetime.
At Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, people drive us.
Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead. Visit MBBoffer.com. Indeed, people drive us.
Tonight, it's the talk of Tinseltown and all over social media. Brangelina calling it quits. Angelina Jolie filed for divorce yesterday from Brad Pitt, citing irreconcilable differences. The actors married in August 2014. They've been together since 2004 after starring side by side in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Jolie is seeking physical custody of their 6 children, and she's asking the court to grant Pitt visitation.
2 of the Falcons' first 3 games are against divisional opponents. Team Up in Sports why Atlanta can't write off an 0-2 Saints team.
I heard that it was a new team on TV.
They're all unique personalities. You've got Jennifer and Paul, Gloria and Bobby.
First thing I do is turn on the news, turn on Channel 46, check the weather.
Got to know what's going on with the traffic.
It just keeps us up to date, live every single minute, and as a viewer, that's what we're looking for.
And I said, what's new by 46? Then I jumped over there and got hooked.
For the powers that be, you got it right now. You got it right now.
From 4:30 till 7 o'clock, every morning without fail.
Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt divorce. Next Inside Edition.
Tomorrow night at 7. We know it's not very British to boast. Fortunately, we don't have to. With up to 340 horsepower, superior handling, and a lightweight aluminium frame, the all-new Jaguar XE has the critics raving. For great offers, visit your Atlanta area Jaguar retailer today.
In 1979, Americans were taken hostage by a radical Islamic regime. For over a year, America prayed. When released, the hostages were unable to seek compensation. Many forgot, not Johnny Isaacson. So while President Obama was paying ransom to Iran, Senator Isaacson ensured that the Ayatollahs and their business associates would finally pay back our American hostages, bringing some closure and proving that America never forgets.
I'm Johnny Isaacson, and I approve this message.
Toughness, not a skill set, it's a mindset. It's not determined by what's on the outside. It's defined by who we are on the inside. It's a lesson learned and a reputation earned. And when it comes to Georgia football and F-150, you better believe toughness runs in our family.
For generations, Georgia and Ford F-150 have defined toughness. Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on a 2016 Ford F-150.
An update on breaking news, and it earned a suspicious package in Little 5 Points. Well, it turned out to be some sort of industrial compressor. Atlanta police saying possibly from an AC unit. It was deemed safe. Police had shut down Moreland Avenue for about 3 hours. We've learned the roadway should be opening shortly.
Now, CBS 46 Sports with Sherry Burris.
Week 3 for the Falcons is another divisional matchup. Atlanta travels to the Big Easy, and they get an extra day since they play Monday Night Football this week. But the Saints, they are 0-2, but just barely. The Falcons will need to ride their momentum from Oakland because, though New Orleans is winless, they lost their first 2 games by no more than a field goal. But an up-and-down season for the Braves is coming to an end. Atlanta is on their final road trip of the year. The Braves look to clinch the series over the Mets tonight. We pick up in the top of the 6th. Bases loaded for Matt Kemp, who bloops this ball right into center field. To be a miscommunication that leads to the Braves' first run. The outfielder records his 100th RBI 30th as a Brave. But here, Nick Markakis, who is the second most walk player on the roster, takes a stroll. Adonis Garcia gives the Braves the lead. And this, in the top of the 7th, the extra insurance runs. The Braves would go on to win tonight. A close one. It would be 5-4. And then the Atlanta Dream. They are looking for their first playoff win in 3 years. Tomorrow, the Dream hosts Seattle at McCamish Pavilion. Head coach Michael Cooper says the team's been planning being here since the start of the season. So now that they're here for the playoffs, their goal now is to make it to the finals.
My daughter certainly wants to see that team play.
Should be a good game tomorrow.
Thanks, Sherry. We're right back.
Everything I need is right in front of me.
You know how you hack computers? Well, I hack everything else.
MacGyver series premiere CBS Friday.
Hey, take your brother's sock out of your mouth.
Green means go.
I got it.
Green means go.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Come in today and take advantage of our $99 bumper special after a $50 mail-in rebate. Mako, America's Body Shop.
I've been driving a Lincoln since long before anybody paid me to drive one. I didn't do it to be cool. I didn't do it to make a statement. I just liked it.
Lease a 2017 Lincoln MKC for $279 a month, only at your Lincoln dealer.
Comcast Business is partnering with the Atlanta Braves to launch the most technically advanced mixed-use development in the country. See the whole story this Sunday morning on CBS 46. Sponsored locally by Comcast Business. Built for business.
Now you can design your own custom sofa and get it in just days with iSofa at Rooms to Go. First, choose your style from our great selection of modern sofas. Then, choose your ideal color. To complete the look, pick your perfect pillows. And buy it online instantly. Or check it out at a Rooms to Go store near you. The iSofa at Rooms to Go. Buy your sofa or buy an entire room package. It's that easy.
Pink plate!
Nice.
Pink plate! Where?
Pink plate!
Good job! Show your support with an AutoNation Pink Plate. Get one now on a brand new Toyota RAV4. Just $209 a month. Drive pink at AutoNation Toyota.
Hey, take your brother's sock out of your mouth.
Green means go.
I got it.
Green means go.
Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Come in today and take advantage of our $99 bumper special after a $50 mail-in rebate. Mako, America's Body Shop.
Updating the breaking news in Charlotte, a live picture for you. Protesters have gathered after a deadly police shooting, and now our sister station there is reporting gas has been sent into that crowd. Indeed, you can see it there, even though it is dark. Looks like they have indeed, officers, dispersed gas. They are in riot gear. We also reported that tonight. We'll monitor the situation throughout the night. Above normal temperatures, correct, Jim?
Indeed. As we kickstart the day tomorrow, getting up for breakfast, keep in mind the sun comes up at 7:25. Temperatures running in the low 70s, 72 degrees by 8 o'clock. I think we'll be about 83 by the lunch hour.
All right, Jim, thank you. We're right back here in the morning. It all starts at 4:30 a.m. with Gloria Neal and Bobby Cable. Thanks so much for making CBS 46 your choice for news at 11. We'll see you tomorrow.